Café Gerbeaud. Café Gerbeaud, situated at Vörösmarty Tér 7 in Budapest, a capital of Hungary, is a traditional coffeehouse opened in 1858. It was built in Gründerzeit style. In 2009, Café Gerbeaud opened its second confectionery in Tokyo, Japan. History. The company was started in 1858 by Heinrich Kugler, the third child of a confectionery dynasty. He acquired his knowledge and experience mostly during his journeymanship in 11 European capitals, including Paris. After that, he opened a confectionery at Joseph Nador Square, which was soon accounted as one of the best in Pest. Among the specialties were Chinese and Russian teas, as well as his ice creations, which was soon named the best ice in Pest. In order to be closer to the city center, Kugler in 1870 moved the store to Vörösmarty Tér. The customers of that time most favored his coffees, liqueurs, and candy. The Kugler pies and mignons were also well known because for the first time it was possible to take them home wrapped on a paper tray. Known guests were, among others, Ferenc d'Arc and Franz Liszt and Empress Elizabeth of Austria, Queen of Hungary. In 1882, while traveling in Paris, Kugler first met Emil Gerbeaud and immediately recognized his talent and spirit of enterprise. In 1884, Kugler finally invited him to Budapest to declare him to his associate. Later, Gerbeaud took over Kugler's store piece by piece and retained the original name. Emil Gerbeaud, who was descended from a confectionery family, was born in Geneva and gained his experience in Germany, France, and England. He performed a number of innovations, e.g., by expanding the selection with numerous products like buttercreams, Persian cremes, hundreds of kinds of shortcakes, candy, and kirsch candy. To offer this broad palette to his clientele, he hired a number of employees for sales and service. By the end of 1899, he had about 150 employees, many of whom only came to Budapest to learn and work with Gerbeaud. Due to his sense of business, he equipped the bakery with modern machinery. Thus, the name Gerbeaud became a synonym for quality and bakery art. Since his clientele loved the paper boxes for takeaway pies that were already introduced by Heinrich Kugler, Gerbeaud continued with this tradition and started to design these himself. Gerbeaud was also internationally acclaimed. He was invited as jury member both to the Brussels World Fair 1897 and the Paris World Fair 1900, whereat in Paris he was awarded the Legion of Honor. He was further awarded numerous national and international prizes. Eventually, Heinrich Kugler died, whereupon Gerbeaud founded a public company named Kugler's Naturalger Gerbeaud AG, Kugler's successor, Gerbeaud plc, to carry on the business. Since Gerbeaud set value on modern working conditions, he used automobiles alongside horse carriages from 1909 on. File Café Gerbeaud 3. JPG file Café Gerbeaud Budapest. JPG the confectionery file Budapest Gerbeaud 1430A. JPG one of the saloons file Gerbeaudinen. JPG Café Gerbeaud inside Café Gerbeaud Budapest. JPG cake menu Café Gerbeaud Budapest. JPG cake menu. For the interior design of his confectionery, Gerbeaud in 1910 took advice from Heinrich d'Arc, who mainly used marble, exotic woods, and bronze. The ceiling stucco was created in the Rococo style of Louis Roman XIV of France. The chandeliers were inspired by Maria Theresa of Austria. The guests were offered as French tables as well as secessionist ones which Gerbeaud had delivered from the World Fair in Paris. World War I was felt, but the company survived even that. Gerbeaud died on 8 November 1919 and bequeathed the store to his wife Esther, who headed it until 1940. The shop was nationalized in 1948 and renamed Vörösmarty after the poet Mihaly Vörösmarty, a name it held until March 1984, when it returned to its historical name. In 1995, German businessman Erwin Franz Müller bought Gerbeaud and had it renovated extensively. The traces of the last 50 years have thus disappeared, and today the café shines in the style built by Emil Gerbeaud.